Hey everyone, I'm getting on here today because I'm going to be talking about overall wellness and really breaking it down in a couple part series about what wellness looks like and how you can really help your overall wellness. I think it's so important to really know that wellness is more than just a bunch of little pieces here and there. It's really a combination of lifestyle and healthcare needs. So if your lifestyle is great and you're living your best life, in multiple different ways, you can really help your overall healthcare needs. Overall, typically, if your lifestyle is 100%, then your healthcare is going to be very minimal, which is essentially what we all want, is to make sure that our health is great. So what I'm going to be doing in the next couple series is I'm going to be talking about a couple different things that's just going to help your overall wellness. And whether you're watching this more as like a podcast while you're driving, I know I personally love watching podcasts, or I guess listening to podcasts while I'm driving, because I have zero free time when I'm at home. Or if you're sitting down and listening and watching this as well, either take a mental note or get a piece of paper and pen and just grade yourself on a couple things. So I know, I'm starting out with grading stuff. This can't be good. I swear, this is going to be the hardest part of the whole thing, is this. But anyways, so grab a piece of paper and write down these items and grade yourself from 1 to 5 on where you believe that you are. So are you doing amazing? Are you the very best that you can possibly be? Which honestly, most of us can say no in these categories. Or do you have some improvement? So are you around like a 3, 4? Are you trying your best, but maybe you could do a little better? So the first thing is eating right. How are you when it comes to eating? Are you eating fresh, whole foods daily? No processed foods. Exercise. How are you doing on exercise? It's usually recommended that you do about 30 minutes a day at least of exercise. Just getting out there, walking, or whatever your preferred form of exercise is. Second thing is rest and stress management. I think we all could probably improve on that, but a little more on that later. Next is toxic load. So when it comes to not only your diet, but your beauty products and household items, what does that look like? Are you using all clean ingredients? Can you read the ingredients on your packaging? That's always a good way to know if you have a lot of toxic overload. And next, self-care. How is your self-care? Do you take care of yourself? Or are you kind of just pushed on the back burner? And lastly, are you proactive with your medical care? So these are all kind of things to just really look into. It really takes a minute and think, like, are you doing the best that you possibly can for all of those? So the first 4 things that I talked about, the eating right, exercise, rest, and stress management, along with toxic load, are all parts of your lifestyle. So they all affect your personal self-care and your proactive medical care too. Personally, I know I can improve on all 4 of those categories, although I do find a little more strength in some categories than others. I definitely do still have improvement to make, and I'm sure most of you do as well too. When it comes to this, though, I always think back to the saying, you either feed or fight disease, and I cannot relate more to this. It really comes down to, are you really feeding disease? Are you putting in more toxins and putting in more stress and really overall hurting your overall wellness? Or are you fighting disease? Are you eating those whole foods? Are you getting the proper amount of sleep? Are you taking a proactive approach to your health care? Are you getting the exercise that you need? So no matter what from this, really just think back along the entire series. Are you feeding, or do you want to fight disease? In that lines, I was actually looking, because when I was reading that quote, and I remembered it when I was putting together this class, and I was like, I wonder what like the top 10 diseases, or top 10, causes of death are in the United States. I know, another grim topic. I swear, guys, this is going to get better. And so I looked at the top 10 causes of death in the United States, and wow. So number 1 is heart disease, which I believe most people are probably pretty familiar with. Number 2 is cancer, which is pretty crazy. I feel like that just keeps jumping. Number 6 is Alzheimer's. Number 7, diabetes. Number 8, influenza. And number 10, this one really shocked me, and I'm not sure why exactly it shocked me, because I should have seen it coming. I work in a hospital. I work with social workers and case managers all day, and being around the social workers so often, I see and hear so much about this, and yet it never hit me that this could even possibly be close to the top 10. But number 10 is suicide. Like, wow. This is so much for our overall health and our mental health and all the improvements we can make. Suicide is something that, with the proper mental health care, we could make strides for, along with so many different things. So that was just, oh wow. But all of these things, honestly, are linked to lifestyle and overall wellness in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's your immune system, whether it's cellular health, which really links back to a lot of these different diseases, especially cancer, exercise, and mental health, like I mentioned. So it's really crazy how in the top 10 causes of death alone, a lot of these things could be prevented and corrected in a way if we had a little more focus on our lifestyle and our self-care. So like I said, in the next few weeks, I'm going to be discussing different ways to improve your overall wellness, from eating right to reducing toxins in your house. Today's class that I'm going to be talking about will be focused on more about eating right. So I think the first thing I want to say is, when it comes to eating right, you're not going to find a lot of shopping lists, guidelines, or anything like this in this post. Instead, I want to talk about how you can better your overall wellness, no matter the diet that you choose. If you're eating 100% organic, plant-based diet with 0 exceptions, then this post probably won't pertain a lot to you, or this class won't pertain a lot to you. I think there's very, very few of us that can say that we eat 100% organic, plant-based diet. Even with that diet, I mean, there are some deficiencies here and there, so it is still beneficial. I don't think that you won't get anything out of this. I think one of the things that I found most interesting recently, I was taking a class and I was learning about dietary needs and our malnutrition that we have as a society. And I think a lot of people don't realize that we're malnutritioned, because we tend to, as a group, be quite overweight. But that doesn't mean we're not malnutritioned. We're putting the wrong things into our bodies, which is causing malnutrition. So even today, if you still eat a 100% plant-based diet, you still don't have the same nutrients in your body, and you're not getting the same nutrients out of the earth as you would have 50, 25 years even ago. So a lot of times our ancestors may have eaten similar diets to us, but they would have gotten a lot more from them, just because we're overpopulated as humans. Humans are overpopulating the earth, as crazy and weird as that sounds, but we're overpopulated, and because of that, we're depleting our soil of all these nutrients and unable to get the same nutrients out of the soil as we may have been able to 25, 50, and definitely 100 years ago. So it's just one of those interesting things to kind of know that even if you're doing everything 100% right with your diet, there's still some deficiencies, which is kind of upsetting when you think about it. So keeping that in mind, what can you do to help your daily wellness? What kind of habits can you incorporate to help your body and really get back to eating the best you possibly can? So one of the most important things is, and most people have probably heard this before, but I'll say it again, is to eat whole, fresh food. So really limit the processed foods you eat, limit the sugars, limit caffeine, and limit dairy. And I think it goes, I have to say too, when it comes to this, is when I say limit sugar, there's a lot of different opinions about sugar intake, but really the main thing you really want to stay away from is making sure that you stay away from that processed sugar. That's where you really get yourself into a lot of trouble. Natural sugars like fruits and things like that, those are things that aren't bad as long as they're limited to some extent. Caffeine, you do want to limit that, which is really great because there's a lot of different options that you can have to help your metabolism and help your energy without adding that addictive caffeine element. And then limiting dairy as well too. I won't get into a vegan, vegetarian lifestyle, but it has been numerously researched and reported that cutting out dairy and animal byproducts in general can have a huge impact on your overall health. So there definitely is a link with plant-based diets and overall health. I know that many people do not wish to accept this for whatever reason, but it is true, guys. Whether you want to accept it or not, plant-based living isn't just a trend. It isn't just for all your hippie friends. It has actually been proven that cutting out meat and dairy can make a significant impact on your health, especially when it comes to those diseases that I mentioned in the top 10. Heart disease is pretty much non-existent in people that have cut out meat and dairy in their diets. But if you are someone that still wishes to eat meat and dairy, or either or, it's really good to make sure that you're keeping it into limited portions. So even if you wish to still consume those items, just keep it within a certain amount. So that's just one of those things to kind of think about. So what do you do when you can't meet your body's needs? And like I kind of mentioned, it's virtually impossible for us to meet all of our body's needs at this point. So the main things I'm going to focus on is maximizing your daily nutrient intake. So whatever you are capable of eating and ingesting, you want to really fuel, support, and fortify your body. When it comes to supporting your body's needs, it's also important to keep a couple other things in mind too. You want to make sure that you're keeping quality in mind. So if you are supplementing, which most of us, almost all of us really at this point, really need to do, when it comes to supplementing, you really want to make sure that you're supplementing with natural ingredients. There's so many different supplements and vitamins and things that are over the counter anymore that are made of synthetic items. So you think you're doing good by grabbing these supplements, and really you might be doing more damage than good in the long run. I apologize for the background noise. I'm outside right now. So although you may hear some birds in the background, you also hear some traffic. But anyways, so you really want to make sure that your quality of the supplements that you're taking are good. So a lot of times, and I think back to when I used to see this on labels, and I never really understood why. I always questioned it, but no one really gave me a good answer why until recently. Is you'll pick up some supplements that might say like 3,000% of the daily value, and you're like, why in the world would I need 3,000% of vitamin C? Well, the thing with that is, if you're seeing anything more than like 150, 200, 300 even percent, most likely, unless you're taking it to help with a deficiency, it's synthetic. There's so many different vitamins and minerals that are out there that you can get in natural form, but for multiple reasons, whether it's expense or whatnot, a lot of companies instead put in synthetic ingredients, which is how you end up with like this 3,000% of your daily value. And what they do with this is they actually add all these synthetic, just hypothetically say like vitamin B, they give you 3,000% of the synthetic vitamin B in hopes that your body will be able to absorb at least 100% of it. Because it's not natural, your body doesn't naturally absorb it. So if you're having a supplement that is a natural whole food-based supplement, your body's going to easily absorb it because your body's going to recognize it and it's going to know that that's what it's supposed to do, is absorb it. Where when you have something that's synthetic, it doesn't always absorb, which is why you end up with like the 1,000% daily value. So a little fun fact there. Second thing is, you want to make sure you start slow. If you're not taking supplements daily already, it's good to start with half a dosage. That's what I was always recommended when I started taking some of the doTERRA supplements, and I really benefited from it. Now I take full dosage of all of it actually, and I'm good. But it's really good to start off with about half. That way you can kind of feel out your body, see if it's working, if you are able to take more. But don't overload your body. You're going to go from potentially a very synthetic dosage of supplements or no supplements at all to a lot of supplements. So just ease into it and listen to your body too. And of course, if you have any pre-existing conditions or any concerns, it's always important to consult with your physician too. And the last thing, this is the big thing, guys. Make it a habit. Plan ahead. Have your day set so when you take your supplements, it's more of a routine. Get a pill organizer. I cannot suggest this enough. I actually use a 7-day 4-compartment organizer from Amazon, which I absolutely love. So each piece, like each day comes out. I can just grab it and go. So I am someone that likes to sleep in the morning. I usually grab my little pill container, so I have my morning supplements, and then at night I just take my night ones, and it just helps me keep more organized because I really don't have time to sit there and sort through all of my different supplements every morning or night even. All right, guys, so this next section, let's talk about fuel. So let's get this going. When it comes to fuel, there's a couple different supplements that doTERRA carries that are, for lack of better words, essential for when it comes to fueling your body. So these are all things that are really just going to help you with any of the dietary needs that you have outside of what you are able to do with your diet itself. One of the first things that I highly, highly recommend is getting a multivitamin. One of doTERRA's amazing supplements is the Microplex VMZ. There's also a children's version of the A2Z chewable, which is also good too if you're an adult that can't swallow pills. But the Microplex VMZ is great for adults. It is a whole food supplement, no synthetic ingredients, which is really great. And it's a balanced formula of essential vitamins and minerals. And they're actually carefully formulated to provide the optimal levels of the key nutrients, oh my goodness, I can't talk, that support energy. So you're going to get that energy support without a stimulant. You're going to get digestive and immune support. And it's also going to aid with healthy cells and help with malnutrition. So kind of like I mentioned earlier, we might eat a lot as humans, but we're not getting the proper nutrients, and that really helps with that. The second thing is the XEO and VEO Megas. There's also a children's version of this. It's IQ Megas, which is a great liquid form. Again, another great alternative for adults that have difficulty swallowing pills. And let me make it clear, I am not judging whatsoever, because I am one of those adults that has difficulty swallowing pills. So this provides pure essential fatty acids and other fat-soluble nutrients that help support optimal immune function. These omegas help with anxious feelings, concentration, postpartum feelings as well too. This is one of the supplements, along with the other two, that are just absolutely sought after for any mother that's going through postpartum phase. I myself used them postpartum, and I had one of my other enrollees, she used them too, and we both swore by them. Within the supplement, you also have the omega-3s, which help with healthy joint function. You also get the mood support, which kind of goes with the postpartum, and mental clarity too, which is really great. Within these supplements, the XEO and VEO omegas, you also get essential oils that function as antioxidants. So you'll have clove, frankincense, thyme, wild orange, peppermint, and ginger, just to name a few. So both are really, really great. So before I get to this third supplement, I really got to get a little sciencey on you guys, and I apologize for that ahead of time. But I swear I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible. So let's talk about free radicals. These little monsters are unstable molecules that can damage or even destroy healthy functioning cells. They speed up the aging process by compromising cellular DNA. Where do you find them? We find them in pollution, including smoke. We find them in sun exposure, radiation exposure, just to name a few ways. So overall, they're just toxic byproducts from things in our environment, whether it's air or our food. Next, there are antioxidants. I feel like this word is thrown around so much, and I can remember probably in my early teens the first time really hearing about antioxidants, it was when everybody was like, oh, you need to eat your berries to get antioxidants. So I feel like the word's been thrown around a lot. Everybody knows they need them, but not really sure why. So what are antioxidants? Antioxidants are stable molecules that can neutralize free radicals. So the free radicals are kind of flying all over the place. They're destroying the cellular DNA, where the antioxidants are stable molecules, so they can really help neutralize the free radicals and get them under control. Next, I want to talk about polyphenols. So what are polyphenols? They're actually a powerful group of antioxidants that provide protection against the free radical damage in cellular DNA. So really it's just a big group of antioxidants kind of going against the free radicals and trying to get them in control. So that's my very, very simple version of what these different words are that you will see and hear a lot when it comes to different supplements. So now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about Alpha CRS Plus. That is the next supplement that I really wanted to talk about, but I really needed to cover that first. So what does this mean? This contains powerful polyphenols that protect cells from free radicals and the damage that they cause. They help. The supplement, the Alpha CRS, helps with joint pain, inflammation, sore muscles, and overall cellular health and diseases that are caused by it. Ingredients for this supplement include grapeseed, pomegranate fruit extract, which you may or may not have heard. Pomegranate fruit itself is full of antioxidants. It also includes turmeric root and many other items, all that really contribute to the polyphenols and helping with those free radicals. So that really wraps up the whole fuel part of when it comes to eating right and the different supplements that can help you. The next thing I want to talk about briefly is going to be supporting your body. So now that you really found out like how to fuel your body, how can you support your body? How can you support your digestion and your metabolism as well? One of my all-time favorite things is the DigesThen Terrazyme. And I am going to be completely honest with you guys. I probably would have never tried this myself if it wasn't for it was on a promotion a while back. And I ended up getting it for free. And I was like, whatever, I guess I'll give it a try. It can't hurt after all, right? I really had no desire to try it. I really didn't think I needed it. Like most people think of supplements, whatever, I'm fine. I really don't need it. So I I got it and I was like, I don't know what to do with this thing. Like, what do I do with this? I really just got it because it was on a promotion. So I'm just kind of looking at it. So what is the DigesThen Terrazyme? It contains only whole food enzymes. It helps break down proteins, fats, complex carbohydrates, sugars, and fibers. It helps with better nutrient absorption too, which is one of the great things. And what we all need, unless we're living that 100% organic plant-based diet that I spoke about earlier, it's great for processed foods and grains. So I try and I strive to really eat a more whole food diet, but fact of the matter is I do eat processed foods. It is what it is. And I most definitely eat grains too. I actually did a really cool kind of experiment. It might have been like a little over a month ago. I posted on my Instagram. It was on my Facebook page as well too. And it showed me using the Terrazyme in oatmeal, like the old oatmeal, and how it really broke that down. So that was kind of interesting. So definitely check that out if you have the time, and I'll try to link it too if I can figure out how to do that. But so what this what this supplement does is help break down those things. So when you're eating a lot of processed foods or grains, I think of this a lot, and I love it when you're eating out. That is a great thing. It's so hard to find good nutrient food when you're eating out. When you're traveling, this is something that you definitely want to have on hand. It's a great thing to take in the mid-afternoon or later in the day. Typically, your enzymes are less needed in the morning due to sleep. When you sleep, you really let your digestive tract rest, so you have more acid in your stomach first thing in the morning. So you don't necessarily need the enzymes first thing in the morning, although some people do prefer to take it in the morning along along with the afternoon. I usually just take it at the end of the day because my breakfasts are usually more whole foods, where my lunch and my dinners contain a little more processed and green foods. It's also really, really great for any big meals. So as soon as I think of that, I think of like a holiday season, whether you want to admit it or not, is coming up. So it's great for bigger meals or heavier meals too. So you think like summertime is full of a lot of like fresh fruits and vegetables. Once you get into the winter months, we tend to eat a lot more of those complex carbs and grains too. So it really helps with the digestion when it comes to larger meals. So that's really it when it comes to support. That's one of the great things, super simple to just add to your supplements to really help support your body. And lastly, I want to talk about Fortify. So I'm sure at this point you've probably most likely heard a thing or two about probiotics. You can find probiotics in anything from yogurt to a bunch of different tea supplements that are around. One of doTERRA's great things about their supplements is that they actually carry what is called PB Assist, or for children, they also have PB Assist Junior. PB Assist Junior is actually a powder. It looks like those Crystallite packets. Probiotic that children can take, or adults that have difficulty swallowing can take that as well too. I personally take the PB Assist Junior because I have a lot of difficulty swallowing pills. But you can take PB Assist. I know my father takes that and he really likes it. So what is PB Assist? It actually contains both prebiotic and probiotics. If you're not familiar, because I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it, but prebiotics are food ingredients that induce the growth or activity of beneficial microorganisms, where a probiotic is the actual live microorganism that provides health benefits when consumed. So it's really good to make sure that you're getting the prebiotic and the probiotic together, which doTERRA does. So what do? They provide healthy intestinal flora and strengthen the immune system. They also provide a good balance of good bacteria on a daily use. So if you're using them daily, they give you that good bacteria. They help restore good bacteria when you're on an antibiotic, which a lot of people don't realize. When you're on an antibiotic, it really takes a toll on your intestinal system. So that's one of the reasons why more recently in the last couple of years there's been a really big push to stop antibiotics. This is one of the reasons, because when you're on antibiotics, they truly get rid of all bacteria. So you need bacteria in your gut. And so the probiotic is really great to be taking to help get the good bacteria back into your gut for your overall health. So what do I mean by overall health? Probiotics actually help with anxious feelings, a compromised immune system, infections, seasonal threats, and of course, they help with bowel movements and irregular bowel movement. Cannot talk today, I'm sorry. So that's just a little about probiotics. I could go on so much more, but like I said, I really don't want to take up way too much time on all of these different things, but just kind of give you an overview. So really that covers it when it comes to fueling your body, supporting your body, and fortifying, all those different components. The one last thing I do want to talk about though, now everybody's going to probably roll their eyes when I say this, but water intake, guys. I know everybody's so sick of hearing people talk about how you need to drink more water. I know I personally think it's gross, it's boring. Why do I need to do it? This is absolutely horrible. But the truth of the matter is, it does benefit your body. You need to stay hydrated. It helps maintain a healthy weight, or if you would like, it helps you lose weight as well too. And it helps decrease inflammation. I cannot stress this enough. And I never really noticed this until I started drinking water on a more regular basis. But even just this weekend, I woke up on, I think it was Sunday morning, and I felt so horrible because I drink water a lot when I'm at work, but when I'm at home, I tend to forget, which sounds weird, but it is what it is. So even if you're drinking other things like almond milk or juice or regular milk, you still need to get that water in too. So how do you do that? because let's face it, it's gross, except for the few people out there that actually enjoy it. But I don't know, I think that's weird. So my thing when it comes to water is adding to water. I've tried infusing with different fruits and vegetables. Well, I guess cucumber, is that a fruit? I don't know. But I've tried all that. I think it just makes water taste like gross watered down fruit. I don't know, it doesn't work. The one and only thing that I've ever found that makes water taste better, other than, adding juice or something, is essential oils. So when it comes to essential oils, doTERRA's essential oils are certified pure therapeutic grade oils. So they have been tested. They are okay to take internally. They're pure and they're quality. So as long as taken in a recommended amount, so usually 1 to 2 drops in my drink about 2 or 3 times a day is what I personally do, is good for you. So what do? I usually add some lemon, wild orange, lime. I like to do peppermint. Another one of my favorite ones I've tried most recently is grapefruit and cassia. I think that's how you say it. I always mess it up. It's similar to like a cinnamon. All of these really help with digestion and your metabolism. And it's great because it actually makes water taste good, which I didn't think was ever possible, but it is. The one thing I do want to say that when it comes to adding oils to water, you do want to make sure that you're using a glass or metal container, no plastic, because oils naturally bring out toxins. And if you haven't heard, plastic's kind of full of toxins. So that is one of my little tricks to get more water into my lifestyle. I also try to carry a water bottle with me at work, so I always have water at your desk. Again, it kind of goes back to the supplements. Make it a habit. Get it in front of you, so that way you're prepared every single day. Have your water bottle ready to go. So that about wraps it up when it comes to the different things that you can add to your lifestyle to help with eating right. Like I said, guys, I wasn't going to talk about meal plans or what you should eat or what you shouldn't eat, because you've all heard that time and time again. It's about really taking what your habits are and how you can better them for yourself. So that's what I really wanted to talk about today. Okay, so now that you heard me go on about all these different things and how they can help you and your overall wellness, you're probably thinking, okay, that's all great, Vanessa, but how do I get started with these? Where do I even begin? So if you're not currently a doTERRA member, they make it actually really easy and really awesome for you. So if you haven't seen, all membership actually includes 25% off retail price. You also get the ability to earn free products monthly. You get welcome packages, personalized oil reading for myself, along with education similar to this and even more, and a community to help support you too. So that's one of the great things a lot of people don't realize when it comes to opening a membership, especially through me, is our community is around about 2,000 online, 3,000 total, where you get all the education and support you could ever need. So say you grab some of these items and you have a lot of questions or you're really not sure about something, you have the resources and the people to really reach out and be like, hey, what should I do with this? How should I do this? So the really neat thing about these products is they actually come in some of our welcome kits that are already pre-made. You can, of course, always make your own welcome kit if you want to do that, but they actually have created a cleanse and restore kit that doTERRA offers, and it includes the 3 supplements, so the Lifelong Vitality Pack, which is the Alpha CRS, plus the XEO Omegas, and then the VMZ. You get all 3 of those. You'll also get the Terrazyme, the PB Assist, the GX Assist, which I didn't get to go through yet, and the Zendocrine, DDR Prime, and a lemon oil. So you get a lot of additional items. And I'm not going to have a lot enough, oh my goodness, I can't talk, enough time to go over those additional items, but they all really help, like the kit says, cleanse and restore your system, so you can kind of start from the ground up. The other kit that is absolutely amazing when it comes to natural solutions and really overhauling everything, and I'm going to talk about this kit time and time again because it really goes along with my entire wellness series, is going to be the Natural Solutions Kit. Guys, if you're looking to get rid of all the crap in your life, including your body, this is the kit to do it. You're going to get an amazing assortment of essential oils to get you started. You're going to get body care products, shampoo, a diffuser, beautiful new diffuser. You're going to get a whole collection of our On Guard line, which is amazing for immune support. And then you're also going to get the items that I talked about today. So you're going to get the Lifelong Vitality Pack along with the PB Assist and the TerraZyme too. So that is the ideal kit. If you're really looking for that overall wellness overhaul, that is it. Now I can't forget the people that are already members but watching this class or listening to this class. I won't forget you guys. Of course, you can still purchase those enrollment kits, but you also have some special kits just for you too. So as members, you actually have access to the Daily Habits kit. This is a newer kit that they just started offering. It has the Lifelong Vitality, or LLV, supplements. You're going to get a couple essential oils to help with your daily habits, the TerraZyme, PB Assist, and the Deep Blue Rub. And I am going to talk a lot more about the Deep Blue Rub in our next class too. And lastly, as members, you also, if you're part of our monthly subscription box, our loyalty rewards program, you also have the ability to get the digestion kit. It's not going to have everything that I talked about today, including LLV, but you're going to get the PB Assist, the PB Assist Junior, TerraZyme, and then the Digesten, which is a digestive blend to help just with overall digestion needs, and the peppermint beadlets too. So there's a lot of different options for you no matter what you're looking for, whether you're a member or you're not a member yet. You really do have a lot of different ways to get these items into your home. But of course, if you guys have any additional questions, or if you're ready to start this lifestyle overhaul, definitely feel free to reach out to me. You can get me on Instagram, Facebook, or of course, always feel free to send me an email too. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have, whether it's about these items or any other ones that you've kind of been checking out. For my next class in this wellness series, I am going to be talking about exercise. So again, similar to today's class, where I said I'm not going to be going over a strict menu, I'm not going to be going over what you should be doing exercise-wise. I am by no means an expert in that. But I'm going to be talking about some things to help you with your exercise routine. I personally took a pretty long hiatus when it came to exercising and just started to jump back on the bandwagon and getting my butt in the gym. So I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to talk about the different supplements and the different oils. I'm going to talk about oils. What a thought. I know I didn't talk about them today, but I'm going to talk about the different oils that I've been using and plan to use as I kickstart my exercise routine again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this class. But like I said, if you guys have any additional questions, definitely feel free to reach out.